on, Zayn. I'm gonna read Sleeping Beauty. The Brothers Grimm. Retold by Jamie French.
Good job.
Sleeping Beauty.
What were you going to say?
Long
Once upon a time.
Mm.
It's okay. Once upon a time. And then long ago.
Go. A king and queen lived in a castle on a hill. They were as happy could be, except they had no children. As the queen bathed one day, she wished for a child. Suddenly, a magic frog appeared and said her wish would be granted and she would have a baby. The queen's wish came true and a baby girl was born. The king and queen called her Rayar Rose and planned a big party. They sent invitations to 12 fairies to bless her, but not the 13th fairy who was bad. The party was great fun. At midnight, the clock struck 12 and the 12 fairies appeared in a cloud of stardust.
What sound do you think they made when they appeared?
I don't know. Try making the sound at home.
Do you think it could have been poof?
I think it was better than poof.
Better than poof. All right.
One by one, the fairies gave their gifts to the princess, Bria Rose.
Good job.
They gave her carefree laughter, everlasting sweetness, and beautiful singing voice, and more. As the 12th fairy was about to give her gift, the bad fairy appeared in a puff of smelly smoke. Why wasn't I invited? She screeched. I think the sound was barf. A barf noise.
Why?
'Cause green smoke.
Oh, green smoke and smelly.
Yeah. The king and queen begged the bad fairy to forgive them, but she was very, 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 very ultra angry. This is my gift, she cried. On the princess's 16th birthday, she will prick her finger on a spinning wheel and die. Dun, 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 dee, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
With a loud cackle, the bad fairy disappeared in another puff of smelly smoke. I think it was the same noise, but more barf, barf, barf. I think it was 50,000 barf.
Oh.
The king and queen were very upset, but they had forgotten the 12th fairy. I can't undo the bad fairy spell, the 12th fairy said, but I can make it less powerful. The princess won't die, but will sleep for 100 years until he is woken with a kiss. Everyone in the castle will fall asleep too. Then the 12 fairies disappeared in a cloud of stardust. I won't let the bad spell happen, cried the king. He ordered for every spinning wheel in the kingdom to be burnt on a bonfire. Why?
Well, remember? What was the bad fairy's spell?
Oh, yeah.
So So what do you think the king's thinking if he's trying to burn all the spinning wheels?
So she doesn't die
Okay, good
on the
job.
spinning wheel.
Alright.
The years passed and everyone forgot about the bad fairy's spell. Everyone except the bad fairy. Dun 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 dun. Princess Briar Rose grew up into a beautiful girl with all the special gifts the fairies had given her. On her 16th birthday, the king and queen had a party for her. Later, the princess went for a walk in the castle garden and came across an old tower she had never seen before. She opened the door and went in. Princess Briar Rose climbed a spiral staircase to a tiny room where an old woman was busy spinning. She had never seen a spinning wheel, so she asked if she could have a go. What was a spinning wheel for?
For making clothes, look.
You put your finger there?
There's a needle somewhere on it.
Oh, so you just spin it.
You spin it and the needle goes in. It's how they make clothes.
Oh, just
or
spin
blankets.
this. Just spin this.
Look, she's got something on her foot. Her foot's on the pedal, and the pedal will make this spin. So the thread will move. And then look, she's got some thread there. Can you see it?
Yeah. As Princess Briar Rose began to spin, she picked her finger, and with that, she fell into a deep sleep. It's supposed to be her foot because it's down there.
She pricked her finger, so there's a needle somewhere here. Maybe we'll Google the picture later. Would you like to see a picture of it?
Ha ha ha! Cackled the old woman who was really the bad fairy. Then she disappeared in a puff of smelly smoke. Back in the castle, the clock stopped, and everyone fell asleep and started to snore. The 100-year spell had begun. Those years passed, and a thicket of thorny rose bushes grew up around the castle walls. Many knights and princes tried to rescue Princess Briar Rose. First a prince, then a knight, then a knight. But no one could get past the thorny tangle of enchanted roses. After 100 years, a handsome prince arrived. As if by magic, the bamboos parted. In the castle, he found everyone asleep, and in the garden he discovered the old tower. The prince climbed the spiral stairs to the children's room and found a Princess Briar Rose fast asleep. Gently, he bent to kiss her, and her eyes fluttered open. Who are you? She asked sleepily, rubbing her eyes, and with that, the rest of the royal household started to wake too. The prince and Princess Briar Rose fell in love at once. Will you marry me? The prince asked. Yes, cried the Princess Briar Rose, full of joy. So the birthday party became a wedding party. Princess Briar Rose and her prince were married the very same day and lived happily ever after. Bye. Bye-bye.